Now, get out the violins and spare a thought for our poor MPs who sometimes, well, they just can't win. Take the thorny issue of immigration, for instance. The government wants to bring net inward migration below the 100,000 mark by 2015. And even though numbers are falling, they're still more than 80,000 off the target. However, ministers also want to grow the kind of high-tech, new technology businesses which often rely on, you got it, skilled foreign workers from outside the EU who'll be hit by the immigration cap. And that means that they're getting it in the neck from, well, just about everybody. David Thompson reports.
In America, they have Silicon Valley, a sizable chunk of California populated by the industries of the 21st century and beyond. But we're British. We have Silicon roundabout.
One day, all of this will be high-tech startups run by the kind of trendy entrepreneurs the government insists can revitalise the British economy, which is why politicians from David Cameron down love coming here to hang with the cool kids. Only problem is, the cool kids say that thanks in large part to the government's immigration policies, they just can't get the staff.
They're beefs with the immigration cap. Ministers want to bring net inward migration below 100,000 by 2015. It's currently at more than 180,000. They can't do much about folk from the EU, but they can deal with those from outside it. Only people with exceptional skills, investors and entrepreneurs are being welcomed with open arms. Students face tougher language tests, are allowed to stay for less time, and need a sponsoring employer if they want to work here after graduating, which gives the new breed of businesses around these parts a headache.
The high-tech companies in Silicon Roundabout are really affected by the immigration cap. We thrive on having really skilled workers, and our ability to expand and grow and provide new jobs in this area is very much affected by our ability to get those skilled workers. We'd love to have as many British people as possible coming in, but we need, if we're really going to grow Silicon Roundabout into something that is world-beating and is a major effect, has a major impact on the economy, we need to bring in the best and the brightest from around the world.
Thing is, you don't have to support the government to disagree with Dan.
So far as the employers are concerned, it is very much self-serving. It's the easy way out. Instead of devoting resources to training young people, and don't forget at this moment in time, 20% of graduates can't get jobs. Instead of being prepared to take graduates on and train them, the easy option is to get somebody from abroad. And of course, they then use the argument, well, this drives economic growth. It adds minutely overall to GDP, but so far as per capita GDP, that is the actual wealth of individuals in the country, it doesn't add at all.
And equally, being a Conservative doesn't mean you have to think what Roger's thinking.
I do accept for many members of Parliament they have a real concern about immigration. The trouble is we've got a policy that I don't think is in the interests economically of this country, and it's also a policy that's not going to work. I mean, I don't think we're going to be able to reduce immigration down even from its current level of 182,000 to under 100,000, which is what we've promised by 2015.
Which leaves people like Dan at Songkick feeling, well, dazed and confused.
On the one hand, we have the government is promoting Silicon Roundabout through the Tech City Initiative, which is great, and it's really helped us, and we are able to find great people to come in as a result of that. And on the other hand, the government is at the same time saying, we don't want immigrants. This is not what the UK is not open for business. And you can't have those two messages going on at the same time.
Any debate about immigration's always as much about politics and people, wherever they're from, as it is about the actual numbers, which makes keeping everyone happy very hard indeed.
We're joined now by the Immigration Minister, Mark Harper. Welcome to the
Hi,
Daily
Andrew.
Politics. Is there not a danger that your immigration strategy is now undermining your growth strategy?
No, I don't think there is. I fundamentally don't understand in that clip why the gentleman was talking about saying that he'd heard people say that Britain was closed for business. Ministers have absolutely not said anything of the sort. Our immigration policies are about having fewer people overall, but being more selective and making sure that we have skilled workers. If you look at the figures that were published on the 29th of November, we've got fewer people coming in overall to work, but more skilled workers. We've got fewer students overall, but more students coming to our excellent British universities. Britain is very much open for business.
Why have you got a cap of 1,000 visas for exceptionally talented people?
Well, that's actually a new stream that we've opened up. We started off with 1,000. We haven't actually reached that yet. And a number of the things that we've opened, we've developed. So
why would you cap it at all? I mean, doesn't this country want exceptionally talented people from wherever they come?
Well,
why would you put a cap on exceptional talent.
Well, we opened a new stream to have people coming in under that route, people who were extremely talented, and we've also got a route for people who are entrepreneurs and investors, routes that didn't exist before, because we want people to come here to start up businesses, to be successful. That's exactly the strategy we've outlined, and it's a strategy that's actually working. When that gentleman said he couldn't hire skilled workers, the cap that we have on skilled workers isn't anywhere near being reached. So, I mean, I just don't think that's true.
So you're saying if he can't hire them, it's not because of the cap?
No. If he wants to bring skilled workers in from outside the EU, then there shouldn't be a problem doing so.
Karen Bilimoria, you're a businessman, you deal in this. What's your view?
See, I hear what Mark's saying about, what the government is trying to say. The reality is the perception of what is being said. We've had this country built on good immigration. What happened is the previous government lost control of immigration, where if you ask the UK border agency right now, how many illegal immigrants are there in this country, they cannot even give you a figure rounded up to 100,000. They haven't a clue. We have lost control of our borders. We still have not reintroduced exit controls so that we don't even know who's leaving the country. That needs to be brought in urgently. And then there's a big difference between bad immigration and good immigration. This whole country, we're only 60 million people on a small island. We can't have everyone coming in here. And it's an attractive place to come. We're one of the top 10 economies in the world. But we need to keep away the bad immigration. That's what we've got to get control of.
What about what he's doing on the cap for skilled people?
I don't think we're disagreeing. I think we're in complete agreement.
No, but it's the way that you do it. So if you want to get rid of the bad immigration, everyone would agree. If you want to get rid of the dodgy colleges and the dodgy students, everyone would agree.
That's what we've done.
Yeah, but what happens is when you have a blunt, crude immigration cap, which is a blunt tool, it's a madcap idea, you send out the messages into a broad brush, carpet bombing, everyone's affected. And I know, because I sit on the board of 3 business schools in this country, we've seen the application of students from countries like India plummet, because the message that's being sent out is British universities in Britain doesn't want us. And then things like the London